Last time on Pokemon FireRed. Silphco. that describes it pretty well. But thanks to our exploits in Silphco, we've freed Saffron City. And you know what that means? It's time for the proper gym. 'Cause the fighting dojo is nothing. Alright, so the proper gym is a psychic-type gym, and as I've made the point several times, you can probably guess this one was pretty tough in the original.
But by this point in Let's Go, you can get a Dark-type Rattata, a Ghost-type Marowak, as well as just Bug Pokemon with better moves. I think the U-turn TM is in Let's Go.
Yeah, so hopefully you, the player, knows about those, because the dude at the start here gives you no help whatsoever. He's just like, hey, fighting types will die if you bring them in here. So you know what not to do. But yeah, dark types are helpful, ghost types would be helpful, but you know, the only ghost type is Ghost Poison. Arujo is maybe not in the best position for this.
And I do think that if you can get a Gengar, it's pretty good. The problem is that Alakazams are really fast.
Yeah, Alakazam is probably one of the most dangerous things in here, if not the most dangerous. Actually, you know what? Yeah, the most dangerous.
But like, Slowbro? You got Slowbro, that's no problem.
Yeah, so Slowpokes, of course, are part Psychic type, but considering they're also part Water type, Eevee can just thrash these guys. No worries at all. Unfortunately, though, that's mostly the last Slowpoke we'll be seeing. There's like 2 more of this evolution type throughout the gym. The rest are a little more your classic Psychic types, I believe.
But even like Drowsies and Mr. Mimes are easy to deal with the Gengar, or probably a Haunter. Again, I had a little brother, so I never had to worry about not being able to evolve trade Pokemon.
So, I do like that one of the NPCs just explains the situation here. There were 2 gyms, but the other one's fighting type, so, you know, that didn't go too well for them.
It's still kind of weird to me.
What, that the fighting type just came into town in the first place?
Well, I mean more like, what's stopping Misty from heading over to Pure City and going, guess what, Brock? This is my city now.
Well, I mean, she likes Cerulean. It has that one spot on the cape near Bill's house. She just likes hanging out in front of Bill's house for some reason. It's a good date spot. You just go to the town you really like, and as long as you're the best gym leader there, then you're good. Now, considering Lieutenant Surge is, as we've discussed, a war criminal, I don't feel like he has any ties to a specific town, so if he decided he didn't like Vermilion anymore, he could probably take Cerulean. I don't know, can you legally transfer residents to a different gym? Because each gym does seem tailored to its gym leader. How hard is it to move things about and change gimmicks?
Do you imagine the bureaucracy you have to go through to get a permit for all of this?
Oh god, what a pain. You probably have to have floor plans, you have to have just a solution to your gym's puzzle.
So, Mr. Surge, apparently you want gigantic walls of electricity arcing between 2 Tesla coils?
And, let's see, you want a whole lot of trash cans with magic switches that just sort of change locations on a whim, and you will put trash in the cans because it's funnier that way. Yeah? It's fine, right?
It's just smash cuts to Lieutenant Surge with like a mountain of paperwork, slowly filling out each individual paper.
Also, what's the situation with the trainers in the gym? Do you necessarily have to have a bunch of people there beforehand? Do you just need a following before? I mean, Brock only has 1 single kid, and he can operate just fine. But I feel like you have to have at least a decent amount of, like, trainer trust before you can actually set up.
I'm not sure if this answers questions or just creates more, but Let's Go added an audience to all the gyms. So it sort of implies that, like, the other trainers are there as part of the show. And whether that means they also sometimes fight the gym leader?
They just have to sit there knowing full well that they couldn't beat the gym leader.
So anyways, a Kadabra used a move called Roleplay earlier, so I'm going to use that as an excuse to talk about Pokemon Tabletop United. And the pre-made adventure for it, oh god, what is it called? The Whispering Tree? The Whistling Tree? Some sort of tree. And that has a gym in it that's amazing, because it's a grass-type gym with a hedge maze, but instead of fighting through other trainers, the leader just sends some of her Pokemon into the maze, and you have to get through the maze and try and avoid them, or fight them if you run across them.
That does rule. That is the nice thing about a tabletop version of Pokemon, is that you could do something a little more like the anime, and just have things that aren't straight-on fights.
And I really wish I'd thought about this last video, because let me tell you, we could talk for 2 hours about what each gym leader could do instead of what they actually do.
You mean you don't think that Sabrina would keep her teleporter maze? You don't think that a group of tabletop players would love a teleporter maze?
Sabrina would just be like in the anime where you have to face your greatest fear or whatever. Whatever her deal was.
Sabrina in the anime is just an actual weirdo.
I have a question. Why does every Pokemon media outside of the games decide that Sabrina's a villain? Or at least mean?
I don't know.
Like, I think she has like a whip in her original character art.
Yes?
But like, it's like a circus performer thing.
I mean, I don't really care for circus performers either.
I mean, yeah, but she's not like a villain.
Yeah. She's a little bit terse, but other than that, I don't know why, like, the manga makes her out and out evil, or the anime just has her actually capture people if they lose.
Yeah, the manga's actually, like, not as harsh. Because, like, Team Rocket's a bit softer. And, like, she's not, like, she's not so much morally reprehensible as she is part of an evil organization. And also no, I'm not going to talk about gym leaders we haven't seen yet. I know talking about spoilers and Kanto Pokemon's kind of insane, but still. But Lieutenant Surge is the one that makes the most sense, because as we said, he's a war criminal.
Yep. Lieutenant Surge, he's kind of just the worst. Also, if you're wondering, I chose the path that has the least amount of teleporters. Quite frankly, for this gym, just look up a guide. Just look up an image that has the teleporters labeled. It's just a better idea. Nobody likes teleporter mazes.
Let's Go did something interesting where instead of just these featureless boxes, they're like a tiered, like a terrace almost. So you at least get an idea of like, alright, well I'm a level higher now.
Yeah. Oh. And they actually go in order, huh?
Yeah. Like, I think you can jump around a bit, but generally you know that the higher up you are, the closer you are to the end.
Okay, that's really good, actually, because part of the reason why this gym kind of sucks is because it is just a bunch of featureless boxes. Like I mentioned in the previous episode, I knew which teleporters were the ones you had to take because they're in distinct locations, and considering I've played this game like 4, maybe 5 times, I have a decent idea of where those are, but here, I can't memorize this place.
Sabrina has earned my respect.
Here's my ghost! Goodbye! Oh, Destiny Bond's real rude. If you kill the Ghastly when Destiny Bond goes off, if you kill before it makes another action, you also die with it. That move is just spiteful.
Mm-hmm. That is why Wobbuffet is banned from tournament play.
Oh, Wobbuffet. Wobbuffet. We're not mentioning Wobbuffet for a while, but Wobbuffet is rude.
I like how I won't talk about things that are later in this game, but I will just talk about Pokemon from completely different generations.
Yeah, different generations.
Wobbuffet's from Gen 2.
Yeah, Wobbuffet's in Gen 2.
And this is either Gen 1 or Gen 3. Depending on how we're doing this.
And the fact that it's Gen 3 is kind of important. Also, it's a sign that Haunter's not great at standing up to Psychics, that I'm several levels behind it. And one of my confusions from Mira was enough to take it out. And remember, Mira, she's not really good at using special attack. It was really not a good idea to make the Haunter, Ghastly, Gengars all... Well, not as much Gengar, but, you know, that line in general is kind of frail.
Yeah. The line's a bit more useful in Gold and Silver, I think just because they're available sooner. But yeah, there's, like, not really solid ghosts until Gen 3. I realize it's kind of silly to say that because Gengar's pretty high tier, but...
It's hard to get a Gengar.
Yeah, it's hard to get a Gengar. It's still not super useful against, like, Alakazam.
Yeah.
Do not listen to the anime. You want a Gengar, do not settle for a Haunter.
I mean, in the anime, like, they won because the Haunter just made Sabrina laugh. It did not win in a straight fight.
I forgot about that. I would like to rewatch the Indigo League Pokemon episodes. Not because I think the later episodes are that bad, but just because, like, I want to see stuff that I didn't notice, and I need to limit the amount of episodes I watch or I will be here till the end of time.
Yeah, the Pokemon anime is pretty long. You know, it's been running for years upon years. It's covered every game. And more.
Yeah, at least 20, right?
Oh my god. Yeah, it was around in the 90s, so... It would be quite a bit to sit through. I think I watched the anime up to Johto way back when.
I watched up until Sinnoh. I didn't duck out until they got to Unova.
So, would have been Kanto and also Orange Islands or whatever that was.
Oh yeah, the filler arc.
Alright, we have to have Ash succeed at something. Have him fight a bunch of people that don't exist in the games. There.
And one that does exist in the games. Because Lorelei is in Orange Islands, isn't she?
I don't remember.
All I remember from Orange Islands is that Tracy is in it. And I don't hate Tracy, but he sucks. I'm not going to be weird and be like super angry about a character from a kid's show 20 years ago. But also, what a dumb idea.
I do not remember Tracy. What's his deal?
He's just a more boring version of Brock.
Okay.
I guess he's not as love-struck, and maybe that makes him more tolerable, but they didn't replace that with anything. He just has less personality.
Yeah, and honestly, Brock's not really bad from what I remember.
Yeah, it's one note, it runs into the problem where it gets repetitive, but he's not, like, awful.
Yeah, he's not overly creepy, and also he gets owned enough that it's like... It kinda offsets it a bit.
Yeah, actually make good on the joke of beating up characters like that.
Oh yeah, also, I should mention, before I was actually just taking a path to fight all the trainers. This is the shortest path. Sorry, I got confused. Alright, so, Sabrina. Oh boy. I fucked up the spoon and I'll fuck up you.
Also, I dislike battling. I don't know if that was in the original game, but clearly no one was paying attention.
Hi, I'm Sabrina, and I'm not evil. I just don't like talking to people, and I will crush you with my mind.
Yeah, I think people really just like the idea of an evil psychic character.
There must be other characters in the Pokemon series that could fill that role, though.
At the time?
Oh, at the time, probably not, no. But you didn't need them at the time.
Yeah. And again, like, I think her characterization in the manga is better than the anime because she has a character and isn't just generic and creepy.
Hi, I have a child version of myself for some reason.
In the manga, she actually works with Green. For some reason, I can remember the rival is Blue in America, but I always want to call the female character Blue. Because she wears blue all the time. But she's green.
Also, here's Venomoth. I think Venomoth is just here to go easy on you because Venomoth isn't even Psychic type, it's Bug Poison. And it does have Psybeam, but still. I can set this moth on fire, it's fine. That being said, Char's still a little bit on the weak side, unfortunately. Also, Burn won't proc. Even if it could actually hit those numbers, it won't because sleep is up.
Mm-hmm.
But it's fine, because I got enough sleep turns. That didn't go horribly wrong. Alright, so... Mr. Mime's... not horrible. It does have Baits and Pass, though. And it also has Calm Mind, so it might be the one that buffs the team. Though I don't know if I've ever really seen Mr. Mime use Bait and Pass, or Baiton Pass.
Oof. That was a damage number I just saw.
At least there's confusion. But yeah, Baiton Pass basically shifts to one of your other Pokemon, but it keeps any stat changes you make. So, alongside Calm Mind, that can be potentially pretty dangerous because it does raise special attack and special defense. And now here's Alakazam.
Anyway, here's Alakazam to ruin your day.
Hi, I'm just going to destroy your mind real quick.
Oh my god.
What do you think of that, nerd? Thank goodness, though, confusion keeps proccing. And then I decided, you know what? This might be a little dangerous.
Oh, so we'll send out the Pokemon that's 2 levels weaker.
I mean, you know, I don't have a lot of good options.
You got really lucky on these confusion.
I know. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this to you after I recorded this part. Something about the Sabrina fight going surprisingly well, or something like that, but holy cow.
So Char didn't get that much experience from that, I don't think.
Yeah, because it had to be split.
But still, it fought a fully evolved Pokemon 13 levels higher than it. You'd think it would have gotten better.
Yeah, 43 Alakazam should be worth a lot, but I guess not. But yeah, Ruja wouldn't have done great against most of these guys, but man, the RNG really liked me for this one. At the very least, though, Ruja can take on a sleeping target, hopefully.
How do you like that physical attack?
Yeah, Barrier would have actually been really good to block that nerd. And yeah, that's Sabrina. So, you might have noticed that battle only went well out of sheer luck.
Yeah.
If you have better opportunities to use Dark-type attacks, then go for that. If you have a decent Bug-type, Bug-type's also effective against Psychic.
Yeah, I didn't play Omega Ruby that much, but I feel like if you want to play a Pokemon game, play whatever the latest version of a version is.
Yeah, that's usually my rule of thumb. I know, let's go Pikachu and Eevee are out and I'm playing this instead, but yeah, typically the latest version will be the best one.
When you started this, I don't think Let's Go is out.
Might not have been. Also, I can't record Switch.
Yeah, when you start recording, and when you first started recording this Let's Play, it definitely wasn't out.
Oh god, yeah, the first attempt at this. God, that was years ago. But, yeah, that's Sabrina's gym. Again, I lucked out. That I'm not gonna chalk that up to anything but luck. Later versions again are better because yeah, you got dark types to deal with because they actually bothered adding more dark types.
Let's Go managed to balance Kanto. It's amazing. There were already a fair number of fairy types. It didn't have the problem of the Gen 2 added types.
Yep. Alright, so let's check out the Pokemon we've caught since the last gym. Quirky Jalapeno. It's my favorite Friends at the Table character. And that's it. We really didn't catch that many. We've kind of been in a lot of towns. So, that's it for this episode of Pokemon FireRed. Next time, we're sort of going to a town, but there's gonna be a couple of detours.